A long time ago, on a comics page far, far away. Greetings and welcome to May the Panel Be With You, the Star Wars comic book show brought to you by the Punch-Up Entertainment Network. I am your humble host, Mike Gargoni, and joining me, as always, the Margon to my Santor, it's John Campbell.
Jesus. This is not a good issue of Star Wars.
This is a great issue of Star Wars. I won't hear any other word about it.
Come on.
Favorite issue of Star Wars right here, John.
This is it. This is what they, why don't they just adapt this over at Disney? This is what
when this wasn't the inspiration for the sequel trilogy, terrible. Give me Rik Duel and Danny fucking around in a cave for the whole issue. Give me Kiro going, what, I'm a young, impulsive, reckless kid. Give me Luke Skywalker sitting in a room and doing nothing.
Yeah. You're getting all of that. It's all of the things I hate about this comic in one issue. They've done it.
All right, folks. Strap in. We are covering issue number 87 of the Marvel Star Wars comic. This was originally published in September of 1984. We got Joe Duffy writing. We got Tom Palmer on pencils and inks. Michael Higgins is our colorist, and Rick Parker on letters. Ann Nocenti as our editor, and a shooter in the distance as our ed-in-chief.
Yep. So immediately, I want to talk about this cover because it portrays a tone that I wouldn't say is in the issue.
The horror of Luke Skywalker looking on as Rik Duel struggling in pain, Danny gasping as a evil mask hovers over the shoulder, with a Kiro lunging forward in his weird aqua armor with a sword held high. Yeah,
I mean, I will say, it out of nowhere builds to this level of stakes, which is actually a problem I have with it, is it goes from being the most pointless story to the highest possible stakes ever, all of a sudden.
If Luke Skywalker doesn't succeed in this issue, John, then the universe as we know it will explode in a second Big Bang.
The movies never have this level of stakes to them. That's crazy for what is otherwise pretty goofy.
But we gotta balance the silliness with the seriousness, John. That's the heart of Star Wars. For every Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, we gotta have some Ewoks. So let's take that to the logical extreme.
Yeah, Zeltrons. God.
You don't like Zeltrons? How could you not like Zeltrons?
I hate them so much. I can deal with a Rik Duel because he's one of many Han Solo clones throughout Star Wars history. But the Zeltrons, ooh, they get me steamed.
I mean, yeah, that's the whole point, John. They're giving everybody steamed.
Well, they seem to mostly get themselves steamed. Based on
this cover is... It's like the cover of a bad Star Wars novel.
Very much so. Yeah, this is one that if I saw on the used bookstore shelf, because I do have a fair amount of Star Wars books that I collect, as do you. This one, I'm going. I can leave that one. I can leave that one out of the collection.
Is it the Secret of the Hidden Temple mask in the background? Is that what pushes it over the top?
You know what? You beat me to it by like half a second. The Legend of the Hidden Temple face back there. Omak is back there.
Omak, yes.
Yeah. Oh, man. By the way, Paramount Plus put a bunch of those because they own Nickelodeon up on their... So I watched some. It is painful to watch as an adult because the kids are so awkward. Because they're like 12-year-old kids.
Yeah, of course. I mean, honestly, any of those Nickelodeon game shows are going to be similar.
Oh. Yeah, because it almost seems like they kind of don't want to be there.
Or just like they're getting an amount of attention that they're unused to, right?
Yeah, because there's just a lot of, what do I do?
Yeah,
and you're just like, this is sad.
Speaking of sad, let's get to the first page here as we're reintroduced to our motley crew that is accompanying Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Rik Duel looking dirtier than ever. That hair.
We got everyone's favorite, Cheeto.
Yeah, yeah, he's back.
He's definitely, we have Greedo at home. It's Cheeto.
Yep, absolutely. And I will say he remains the least defined of this group.
His main characteristic is going, I don't know about this, Rick.
Yeah, somebody needs to be the 3PO in this story, right? Like he's got that role. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Mm-hmm. And so they're all talking to Luke and, of course, his sidekick now, Pliff the Hoojib.
Because Pliff is rocking with him. And lest we forget, last we left our heroes, they had just left Iskalon with a new addition that is Kiro, the water-breathing Iskalonian, who has to be riding with Rik Duel because there was no room in Luke's X-Wing.
And keep in mind, because I was going to say, it's not important, but let's say it's mentioned in this, that, of course, he went against the wishes of the leadership of his planet.
Not going to lie, my favorite part of this issue is, it's a little bit later when Luke is giving a rundown of just like, oh yeah, you should come join our alliance to like reestablish government. And the guy who's with him is like, oh, and all of these people with you are joining the alliance? And Luke has to go, well, no, they're all outcasts and dirtbags.
Not really. Pretty much everyone is taking a hard pass. And like these couple nut jobs are with me for various weird reasons. Actually, it's going quite poorly for us. Yeah, because pretty much everyone has been like, get out of here, Luke Skywalker.
Including Rik Duel on this first page. He's like, I don't want to talk to Luke Skywalker. Let Danny talk to Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, unless, of course, one of us was a Zeltron who fancied the guy. I do like, though, too, that he's the communicator started. This is Commander Luke Skywalker. And Pliff the Hoojib.
How is Pliff communicating via a transponder?
Yeah, there's some stuff there.
If he's telepathic.
He is telepathic. But I just like the idea of it's me, Pliff, the Hoojib.
This is your first issue of Star Wars, so I'll forgive your ignorance.
Lest we forget, we always read him in a Kelsey Grammer-esque voice. Mm-hmm. He does speak very formally.
Yeah. And they are heading down to a planet here called Shockin'. I'm shocking in my boots here about this story.
You'll be shocked the time you have on Shockin'. That's a travel brochure that they were handed. Mm-hmm. And immediately, I will say, they are greeted. Well, I mean, first of all, we get a lot of this stuff about landing clearances.
Well, they get their landing clearances. I mean, look, if it wasn't for Luke Skywalker, you think Rik Duel would have gotten clearances to land here?
I mean, Rik Duel is basically here because Luke's like, I don't trust this guy and have to keep an eye on him. Or he's going to start stealing everything.
Yeah, at some point they just got to get Kiro his own ship so he can bail on Rik Duel.
Yeah, Rik Duel sucks and he brings nothing to the table.
I love that he sucks and brings nothing to the table.
Well, I love that the whole character of Rik Duel is just like, what if Han Solo, but he was the worst? If he never became a better person, and if anything, became a bigger dirtbag. Yeah. I mean, and I do like the thing about Luke, do you wish me to tell you what Rik Duel's thinking? And Luke's like, I know what he's thinking.
I don't need to be a telepath to read his mind.
Yeah. And then, of course, Danny has to be like, you also know what I'm thinking. Yes, of course. My God. I mean, Zeltron seemed like a huge threat to me, that they become obsessively in love with you to the point of like, back off.
Well, it's sort of mentioned in this issue that this is actually weird. That like Danny becoming fixated on Luke is actually odd.
Yeah. But yet, I'd say it's mentioned, but very casually, not like, that could be a problem.
I don't think we're quite there yet. It'll become a problem.
Don't worry. She'll start killing anyone who shows interest in him. And when she goes full psycho stalker on him. God.
But anyway. It's okay. Anyway, they're here to meet the welcoming committee of Shockin'. Shockin' is yet another planet they want to welcome into the fold that the Alliance is trying to build after the fall of the Empire, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Tambor.
I was gonna say this is fucking Jeffrey Tambor.
Not only is it drawn like him, this is absolutely the part Jeffrey Tambor would have in Star Wars. I'm middle management of a planet, and I'm gonna be gregarious, but kind of a creep. His name is Santor.
Yeah. This is Santor. He's kind of the guy in charge around here, though he's very kind of laid back about it. And he introduces himself and his planet, the old ways of Shawkin. He's basically gives them the rundown of the planet of just like, oh yeah, the Empire packed up and left as soon as they heard the Battle of Endor went sideways. And honestly, we've been around long enough that we doubt we're even going to really remember them after a while.
Yeah, because he is just like, we've seen empires come and go. And if you really do think of it, this is always the thing. And they don't exactly know this yet, of course, in Star Wars, because the prequels haven't come out. But it is sort of a thing about this empire lasted less than 20 years.
Sure. Yeah.
So I mean, it in the scheme of empires throughout history, it came and went pretty fast.
Yeah, and this is like if this was written further down the line in Star Wars canon, or even today, Shawkin would have references to like, oh well, we've been kicking around since the High Republic, and we've seen these things come and go. We remember the Mandalorian Wars. Come on.
Yeah, that's what this guy's saying is just like, look, man, there have been a lot of people who have seized power over the years and been knocked out. I mean, for all we know, there'll be some kind of, I don't know, first order or something after this.
I do like this line here, though, when he says, but when your culture is as old as ours, with more of its history forgotten than remembered, well, there have been so many invasions over the millennia.
We've been taken over by so many people. It happens. And then we just got, but he doesn't act like they give up, but he's more just like, this'll end,
Yeah. And we endure. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do anything to help get rid of the Empire, but you guys took care of it, and hey, good for you.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Rik Duel is like, boring. Where's your shiny shit?
Yeah. He literally says, please.
Is all the talk gonna be long-winded and polite from here on in? No preliminaries, just on with the diplomacy? Because if it is, include me and my crew out right now.
I no patience. No, I mean, he is a pure detriment to Luke Skywalker.
100%. And Santor, to his credit, is like, there's a shiny cave over there. Why don't you just go fuck around in there?
Yeah, why don't you go look at basically what's like a tourist trap, kind of.
In trying to loot our world of its legendary riches, the Imperials did much excavation. There, for an example, unearthed old catacombs. We no longer know what they were once for. They are so old. I'm told they're very interesting and beautiful, though.
I love that they're like, yeah, there's a cave. We don't really know what it is, and quite frankly, we don't really care.
So, how about you tourists just go stumble around in there?
Oh, and then, I mean, when we get to what it is, you are like, I'm sorry, what?
Well, when we get to
a weapon,
when we get to it, what it is, there's a real sense of just like, oh, maybe there's a reason the Empire was digging for this thing.
Could be, but also I like the idea of like, damn it, I forgot. Ultimate Doomsday weapon, of course.
Dang it.
Yeah. So anyway, he goes, while they go distract themselves, let's go talk business, Luke.
Yeah, so Luke and Kiro go off to, like, actually, do the mission they're on. Meanwhile, Rik Duel, with a look of devious mischief on his face, says,
something to steal probably in there.
Let's go, you two. Old, unexplored ruins sound like they have some possibilities.
I mean, yeah, maybe, man. I don't know.
It's old, it's ruins. They got treasure in there. That's how that works.
Yeah, Rik Duel's the kind of guy who brings a metal detector to the beach.
Rik Duel is the kind of guy that buys the car clicker remote for the most common model in his area and then goes into parking lots to see if it works.
Yep, yeah. Rik Duel is just the guy going down the street of parked cars, just grabbing each handle until one opens. Score! Like, he is such a petty criminal. He's
Yeah.
not. This is not a Lando or a Han. There's no elaborate heists or con jobs. He's just like, hey, this is unattended. Let's take it.
He's the one who sticks his hand in the donation jar at the convenience store and takes money out.
You said take or leave a penny. He did, he took all the pennies. Literally the last time we saw him, he was raiding the water planet Iskalon, that's it. Yeah, because he's just like, well, there's nobody around using any of this stuff.
And Luke being like, "'Cause they all died, Rick."
Yeah, well, no, they don't need it. He's that guy. Anyway,
God, I love him so much.
He's just trash.
He's so terrible. Just the worst.
And I love that he's only here because our man, what's his name? The water guy needs a ride.
Yeah, he's only here because Kiro can't fit in Luke's trunk.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's it. Otherwise, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And he's going to continue to suck because this issue's all about him.
This is mostly a Rik Duel issue. I don't care how big Luke was on the cover. You're getting Rik Duel, kids.
Because, Luke and Kiro leave, and we follow Rick, Danny, and Cheeto as they go off to the cave.
And so they're walking through town, and it's just like, look, this place is pretty nice.
When they finally get to the cave, a weird old hermit is there, and we're looking under classic D&D rules here because this old hermit is just like, "Welcome, strangers."
100%. I can't believe what a trope of a fantasy thing this guy is. Care to hear about the cave?
I know. Santos said we were to make off-world guests welcome and comfortable. And Danny coming on way too strong is like, that's nice. Really nice. And I know just how we can begin.
The creepy old hermit is now creeped out by her. I have to go. I have something over there. Yes.
And when he just like takes off, Danny's like, wait, come back.
Yeah, Danny's just too much, man.
Yeah, Danny's... Is this...
Danny's a problem.
Danny is, like... Let's break this down for a sec. Danny is a sex pest, right? Like, she's constantly horn-dogging after Luke. Yeah. And it's written for humor because this is the 1980s and a sexually aggressive woman is the joke, right?
Yeah, watch, any episode of Three's Company or something like that, right? Like,
or all of the Golden Girls.
Yo, Blanche Devereaux, my friend. I'm gonna get me a man.
Mm-hmm. But like, that is the extent of the joke, is a woman who is craving that hot Skywalker saber, as it were.
I mean, I will say, which I never found that funny to begin with, but now I am absolutely exhausted by it. Just, oh my God, I get it.
If
and where is this going? Like,
if she had other characteristics, it would help.
Yeah, exactly. If it was like, one or two times an issue, they bring it up, and then she's doing other stuff. And then right here, she's just like, I'm going to fuck that old hermit. I'm sorry to be crass about it, but it's the thing.
Because the most interesting issue so far we've had with Danny has been the one where it was the two-hander between her and Leia, right?
Yes.
Because at least there, she is off on her own. She is still lusting after Luke, and it is still present in that issue.
Oh, sure. But at least there is the slightest hint that there's more to the character than that.
And she has her own, like, schemes going on.
Yeah. But also the idea that I get that she's so into him, but the idea that she seems psychotically into him, where even when he's like, not now, she's still like, yes, now. You know what I mean? Like the idea that like you're talking about, that it is sex pest, where it is like, he's made it clear. It's a no, lady. And even if you wanted to try later if he's interested, but like, no, seconds later, she's right on him again.
Persistence.
Weird. Yeah, it's weird and it's upsetting in some ways. And it makes me feel bad for Luke. And her, honestly, because it seems like it's out of her control.
Yeah, I mean, what we know about Zeltrons is that they have some weird reverse Xizor pheromone thing going on, where
Yes.
they like
God,
are.
Xizor.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
Xizor's the worst.
Well, that's just a nightmare. What's up with that guy?
Yeah. He Prince Xizor of Shadow of the Empire is a scumbag and a rapist, and we all know this.
Yeah, but it's like part of his power set too. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, like it's just
Yeah.
everything about that guy is very strange.
But anyway, Rick does have the line here that says, "I know, makes me a little sad to see you like this. Little Luke's resistance to your charms is starting to get you down, isn't it?"
Yeah, I mean, and then it seems. I mean, like honestly, is it gonna get to? She's gonna kill herself?
No. This is a children's comic book from the 1980s.
No, but I mean, the way he's acting, it's starting to feel like that's the only natural conclusion to this. Or
Well,
something, or kill someone else, or who knows? I mean, it just seems like, yeah, this is heading towards dangerous territory.
I think you're putting too much realism on this comic book written in the
Oh, I'm not saying
1980s.
that's going to do that. I'm just saying like they're building a character where I'm looking at like that's what it seems like. Anyway,
Meanwhile,
off they go into the tunnel or into the cave.
but Luke is chilling with Santor and Santor's servants,
Yep.
companions. Not quite sure what their relationship is.
Yeah.
But this is the part I was talking about where Luke is like, yeah, we want you to join the Alliance, but also we can provide any aid you want. And Santor's like, well, I love that you have such an eclectic companionship with all these people who are already a part of the Alliance. And Luke's like, well...
Calls them ambassadors. Yeah, they're all... This is great. All these ambassadors. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't go so far as to call them ambassadors exactly.
And even Pliff, who is representing his people, is just like, I'm here because I like traveling.
Yeah, I found that interesting. So you're telling me the Hoojibs are not on board with this?
I think Pliff isn't assuming that he speaks for all Hoojibs, which is responsible of him.
Yeah, but it seems like they've, of anyone, they are the closest to having entered an alliance with the...
Oh yeah, I mean, as far as we know, they're on board.
Yeah.
But Pliff just isn't doing anything in an official capacity.
I'm not one to speak for my people.
I mean, he says as much.
Yeah. I'm just Pliff.
We have a long-standing friendship with the Alliance, but I am no ambassador either. Like Kiro, I enjoy travel, and Luke is my friend.
Yeah. I just like hanging out with Luke Skywalker. He's a pretty rad dude.
And Luke then says, and as for the other three, well, I guess I'll be showing I'm no diplomat by saying so, but they were all clicked out of their respective planets. So only me that can keep them out of trouble. I wouldn't be surprised if they're looking for things to steal right now.
Yeah, we've got the runts and scumbags of the universe around here. So
now, Cheeto, we know, is obviously a reject from his planet because he is, but we have Greedo at home, the Temu Greedo, if you will.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, if you end up with a Cheeto action figure, that's really sad.
And obviously Rik Duel is never welcome back on Corellia. He know what he did.
Oh, yeah. He went out spectacularly. There's photos of him. Do not, admit.
But we have no evidence to suggest that Danny is a reject of the Zeltrons.
Zeltrons are fascinating in what are like we haven't seen many other Zeltrons. We've seen some.
No.
But it is unclear what they are as a collective species to begin with.
I mean, what they are is a pointed, no-nonsense reference to the Orions from the original Star Trek series.
Well,
right?
I didn't want to get into the other Star franchise, but they are 100% a ripoff of the Orions. Yes, absolutely. But the Orions are far more fleshed out.
Not in the original series, but yes.
No, but also, to be fair, they weren't also given this much screen time.
That's fair.
So there's also that. But anyway, yes, they the Zeltrons irk me because they're just here for punchlines.
Yes.
And it's not a funny joke. they're jokes that aren't funny, so I don't like it. Anyway,
Fair enough.
yes, they established this, and so it's just like, anyway. So do you want to join?
But then Kiro has a bit of a freak out because when Luke says, "Oh, they're probably off there stealing stuff from ruins," Kiro's like, "What? But that is treacherous and dishonorable." Because remember, he is like a straight arrow, like nobody's business.
Yeah, I also am like about this. It's very
Kiro is this young, impulsive warrior who's trying his best to impress Luke Skywalker, and so he goes charging off, saying, "I will deal with Rik Duel."
right. And so he runs. Although I do think it's interesting that he's that surprised because he has been hanging out with Rik Duel for at least some amount of time.
Yeah, but he doesn't own anything that Rik Duel has wanted to steal.
Except for when he was raiding his planet.
Sure, but personally, I mean.
Yes, I guess that's true.
So he charges off, and Luke's response here is pretty great. He just says, "Oh, okay."
Luke is a shitty diplomat. Let's be honest. He really shouldn't be. The fact that this guy and Han Solo are trying to recruit people. What?
Look, they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel. You know, the high-level diplomacy, you send Lando, but the ones where they don't really care either way, you send Luke.
Well, I do like when they send Han to Tatooine, right? Because like he can talk to the criminal types.
Sure. But who can Luke talk to? This ancient, like, revered civilization? Yeah. Sure.
So anyway, the other three are digging deeper into the ruins. And Danny even points out, I think we've gone further. Well, I don't know why she knows this.
She doesn't see any footprints in the dust. I don't know.
I guess, yeah. And he's just and Rik Duel is just immediately like, well, how do we steal this shit? And she's like, well, this is very pretty. This area's like, yeah, but I don't want to fucking steal it.
Meanwhile, Cheeto's like, okay, but what can we jam in our pockets?
Yeah. He goes, why don't we go through that doorway? What do you suppose is beyond this chamber? Beats me. We can check when we're through in here. Right now, I want to see if there's any way we can take a little piece of this along. And so they're just going to start chipping at the walls going, hey, is this valuable?
Yes.
These guys are the worst kind of criminals.
Rik Duel is the guy to strip the copper out of the pipes.
Yep. Yeah, he's Bubs from The Wire, where he's pushing a shopping cart full of metals that he stole from a construction yard.
He's stealing catalytic converters from Priuses just for the platinum content.
Yep, yeah, that's it exactly. Oh boy, yeah, that's because it is. And then I love that he goes, I can't scrape this off the wall. So Cheeto goes, what if I shoot it? See if that does anything.
Hey, Cheeto shot first.
Yeah, I guess. Look, if we know anything about these people, that is they're quick to fire.
Rhodians, natural-born hunters, what is Cheeto hunting? Wall pieces.
Yeah, maybe I just love the idea of it. Like, get out of the way. Let me shoot it and see what happens. Anyway, Kira runs in and he's like, "Hey, knock that shit off!" And Cheeto fucking shoots him.
Cheeto's like, I'm sick of you always being a good little fish boy, and shoots him.
I mean, shoots, presumably based on this, to kill.
But in the very next panel, we have Kiro doing a flying kick because, and exclaiming, "You missed, sucker!"
It is a straight up like Iron Fist move. Yow! Eep, says Cheeto. Eep! Take it easy, Kiro. Can't you take a joke? You know, when I fire a lethal weapon in your direction? Such a funny joke.
You know, we all joke around when we shoot at, center mass at our friends.
I mean, look at that. I mean, he does appear to, he's got that thing right down the barrel, and he's just like, die. And he's like, hey, whoa, I was just kidding around. Come on, man. Jesus.
Anyway, Kiro gets Cheeto up against the wall, and his elbow inadvertently clicks a thing.
Yeah, which is great.
And that sets off the dungeon traps, because as we know, if it's not going to be a pit full of spikes or a gelatinous cube, it is metal doors that fall suddenly when you hit the wrong button.
Of course. I mean, this goes back to 30s adventure movies. We're trying.
Yeah. Whatever they do, it closed the doors on them. They're now in the darkness. And something is ticking. Could be anything.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Luke talking to Jeffrey Tambor.
Yeah. Anyway, if you could manage to choose a representative, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we can choose a representative. It's Santor."
Yeah. Yeah. And so he's just like, "Well, who else?"
Yeah.
Who else would it be?
And we got his two assistants here, only one of whom we actually get a name. It's Margan, who's the guy who looks like the Beyonder.
Yeah, he does.
From Secret Wars 2.
Hey, Jim Shooter saw this and went, I wonder if he knows how to poop.
If not, I have the perfect character to teach him, and his name is Spider-Man.
It's all coming together. So anyway, he's like, well, I'm quite flattered. I didn't see this coming.
Then he says, like, hey, Pliff, why aren't you eating? And Pliff is like, well, not to be rude, but I've already eaten. You see, your planet is so full of rampant energy, and we Hoojibs, we devour power.
Yeah, and Luke explains that, and he's like, this guy, of course, like, that's great!
Did you get the sense here that, like, Santor is up to something?
Well, I thought a story might occur, yes.
He's not, but I got that sense here.
Well, because of course I do, because I go in expecting that to some extent, right? I mean, like,
you go to a planet and you try to get them on your side, and the leaders turn out to be corrupt somehow, right?
Yeah, that would make sense.
But no, here it's just like, oh yes, of course, enjoy. It turns out ages ago, our ancestors created a process where random objects are just batteries now. We don't know how they did it.
These guys, I love that they have no idea how anything on this planet works, what it is, how it worked, what it's for. He's just like, they are like one calamity away from like, well, that's the end of society, everybody. It turned off and we don't know how to turn it back on. I don't know.
That's a classic sci-fi trope, though.
Yeah. It got turned. Yeah. Somebody flipped a switch, thousands of years ago, and we've just been like, well, it's still working.
We do get this line here, though, when he says, like, oh, I noticed your lightsaber. There were a great many Jedi that came from Shawkin.
That's not true, but that's okay.
Hey, it's true because they said it in this sentence. And just because Shawkin has not been reintroduced into the canon of Star Wars.
Ever again, I don't think. And certainly not amongst any Jedi that we know. To be fair, we don't know everyone who's ever been a Jedi. So perhaps there was a period of time when a lot of them were coming from Shawkin, but those days are long gone.
Let's see. It appears more than just this issue. I'll say that much.
Okay. Well, I mean, sure. Let me guess. Some kind of gloss, some kind of like atlas or a role-playing game.
In literally every other appearance, it's just mentioned when it's referring to something called Shawkin Spire, which is a skyscraper located on the planet Shawkin, but is not actually featured in this issue.
Okay. Sure.
It's mentioned in the Essential Atlas, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's usually what it is. These planets don't tend to go away. That tends to be a lot of the comics we read on here, right? Is like, It's not like they disappear, but they'll just be like, yeah, it's one of them. There's a lot of planets, and Shawkin's one of them. And apparently it has a tower that this issue doesn't care about, though.
No. Again, that's only just like a flavor reference in the Essential Atlas of just like, right. Oh yeah, here's what Shawkin is known for, is it's got this spire.
Yeah. Sure. Great. Whatever. I don't care.
But anyway, while they're talking, somebody comes charging and going, Santor! Santor! Old Timmy's fallen in the well.
This cuts off Luke from going, my father was a Jedi. Do you want to hear that whole story? It's pretty exciting. Anyway, no time. Yeah, and he goes, the 3 aliens, they descended alone and a third followed. I know not what ensued. Once again, no one else on this planet is talking like this, but this guy's, I know not what ensued, but I heard blaster fire, then great metal doors, such as I have never seen, slammed shut.
So there's already a continuity error here because he says the 3 aliens, they descended alone and a third followed. It should be a 4th followed.
Yeah, that someone should have caught that in editing.
Yeah. But anyway, now the cavern pulses with energy.
Yes! I love that this is a comic book character who reads like an actor with a couple lines doing too much to draw attention. Santor, the thing about, I know that not. Ood.
It doesn't help that he's dressed like a Prince Valiant side character.
That's another thing too. Is you're just like I get no sense of what this planet's thing is like because some people are classic sort of Star Wars space robe guys, and then other people are straight out of D&D campaigns. I don't know what this place is all about. This planet's weird.
Yeah, well, it's about to get weirder.
They haven't given any thought to this.
Their thought was, what if it was weird space fantasy, which is a good baseline for Star Wars, but you got to build on
it. That's where we start everything. But I do like Cliff jumping around going, my goodness.
We cut back to Rik Duel saying we're going to die.
Full panic. We're going to die. I know it. We're trapped here and we're all going to die.
Rik Duel with 0 chill.
Further proving why he is the shitty Han Solo. Oh, God!
What did you do, you idiots? And Kiro, of course, another voice of reason in this moment, being like, it was Cheeto who did it. He hit the button after I tackled him.
Yeah, and I do like that Rik Duel's big plan is, okay, hit the button again and see what happens.
And then Cheeto manages to snap the button off the wall.
Because from the look of it, he just starts going click, 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 click. Oh, no. And then turn the page, and this fist like up by his face, and like, I'm not ready to die yet. There are too many worlds I still haven't fleeced.
This is such a Grunkle Stan moment of just like, no, all those people I could have ripped off.
Absolutely, it's that. But that was a cartoon show intended for children.
And this is a comic book intended for children.
Oh, that's clear. I mean, there's no doubt about that now, right? Like,
or horny tweens at the very least.
Yeah, Danny awakened something for some readers.
100%.
Yeah. And then I just maybe if I just jam this knife under here.
No, it didn't work. Oh, God, we're all going to die.
He has the quickest idea when that doesn't work. He goes right back to full panic. I mean, this is the guy who's going to be like, everyone stop breathing. You're taking up the air.
Yeah. Danny, of course, is also having a freak out. She's weeping at this moment. And I was going to say, not because you think it is, but it is exactly what you think it is. She's extremely upset because she's never going to see Luke again.
Jesus Christ, lady. Get it together.
And here is where she imprints on Kiro, though, because in an attempt to, cheer for her, he's like, hey, you're not alone. We're here with you.
Yeah, and yes, I'm alone. I'm all alone. Luke's not here, so I'm alone. Fuck, that's messed up.
Yeah. And, of course, that triggers Rik Duel, because he's like, Luke, this is all Luke's fault.
That's right. I wouldn't have ever come here if it wasn't for Luke. Oh, damn it. He probably knew this was going to happen somehow.
With his weird Jedi powers.
Yeah, something weird about that guy. I don't like him. Luke! Jeez.
Thankfully, Kiro's like, hey, Luke's gonna know we're in trouble. I'm sure he'll know what to do.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he's right.
Yeah. So anyway, and I love Jeffrey Tambor just being like, "I'm so sorry about this. We didn't really think there was any problem with just telling them to go poke around under there."
According to our histories, our ancestors left behind some dreadful weapons, but that surely wouldn't have been the case in some mysterious cave that the Empire was digging in. Surely not.
Like nobody saw this coming, though.
What has the Empire ever excavated that has been a problem for anyone?
Or just the idea about, yeah, we did, but I mean, they basically were like, well, the Empire never found whatever's down there, so I guess no one will. So it's all right. Just go down there and mess around.
But anyway, they go poking around in there, and they're about to enter the cave.
I do like Pliff talking up Luke, going like, this guy's got the Force and stuff. He's pretty cool. If anybody can figure it out, it's old Luke Skywalker.
Trust Luke, then. His Jedi training includes sensitivity to and use of the great universal energy field he calls the Force. It's all rather beyond a mere hoojib, but I will say it sometimes gives him remarkable abilities.
He does flips and shit.
He's about to do that.
Well, I will say he ignites his blue lightsaber, of course.
Well, because he senses something, and he pushes Jeffrey Tambor out of the way, just in time, because lasers are a-coming.
Yeah, and now his lightsaber's green, and I believe it will be a third color.
Yes.
By issue's end.
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah, he deflects the laser blast. Vorp Vashk.
Some kind of defense system firing randomly at anything that moves.
Have to choose just the right moment and then doing a full-on Olympic... he cuts down the thing that's shooting the lasers, whatever the turret is.
The third panel that is just his legs from the knees down at the top of the frame with the speed lines underneath. It's like, we get it. He jumped.
Yeah. It's not the most complex thing we've seen someone do in a comic book. Good work, says Pliff, who's right back on his shoulder. Also, Luke says a lot. Keep in mind, he's saying this as he's falling through the air. There, that should take care of it. I've deactivated the main control panel.
Yeah, and anyway, he lands, and Santor is like, oh my stars, look what was underneath that panel. I know which weapon this ruin holds, as they see this like chart of marbles.
Yeah. And so, yeah, they do this because it looks like a solar system, but something's wrong with it. The planets are shifting out of their orbits and colliding. And that is precisely the effect this machine was designed to engineer. This isn't not only, I mean, once again, it's like, oh God, it's that weapon. The ultimate destruction of all known life weapon.
So, yeah, we get a page of backstory here from Santor being like, okay, so once upon a time, there was this old, amazing scientist, but he was also a nihilist who only believed in the existence of nothing.
Get ready for me to be furious. Nihilism is a concept in Star Wars?
Sure, why not?
Because it's created by human beings on Earth.
But, like, a nihilistic point of view, that's like saying cold or the color blue can't exist in Star Wars because they're concepts humans on Earth came up with.
I don't... you get into some really interesting kind of stuff, though. What about, like, Freudian psychology? Does that exist in Star Wars?
Sure, it's probably not called Freudian psychology.
Well, I don't think it'd be called nihilism either. That's all. I'm just saying, like, you're getting into...
What is the root word of nihilism?
Let's look up nihilism, shall we?
I just don't think it's named after a person is all.
No, it's definitely not named after a person. Nihilism, but it is a human philosophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so is like, you could say that like the Zen teachings are like somewhat transposed onto Jedi teachings.
Friedrich Heinrich Jacobi coined the term nihilism.
Sure.
Is a combination of the Latin term nihil, meaning nothing, and the suffix ism, of course, be ideology. So it is an ideology of nothing. I don't know. It's a little interesting to me.
All right. I'm gonna no prize this right now.
Okay. Yeah.
In Star Wars, as of today's canon, In the High Republic, there was a faction of space pirates called the Nihil, and they were all about disrupting and destroying the order of things as laid out by the Republic. So a nihilistic instinct in Star Wars would be the destruction of order in favor of chaos.
Gurgani, I thought you were about to bring this up, because just as you're saying that, I'm on Wikipedia reading about Darth Nihilus.
Well, there's also Darth Nihilus, who is all about consuming all energy and the Force, who is one of the main antagonists of KOTOR 2, as we all know.
Of course, yeah. I forgot about Darth Nihilus.
He's got a cool mask.
He does look rad as hell. Yeah. Nihil, briefly known as the Nihil Empire, is also on here.
Yeah, that's the Nihil. They're like a band of ultra pirates from the High Republic.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, okay, whatever. I found this a little... I bumped up against it. But anyway, whatever. That's not even the most insane thing about this. What this weapon does is bonkersville.
Basically, all of the planets in this solar system are, like it was said earlier in the issue, just like have weird ambient energy to them. And the whole point of that is if all of these planets get activated by this machine, they will smash into each other and create a chain reaction that will annihilate all of existence, basically, by creating a new kind of Big Bang.
Yeah, that's weird.
Our ancestors believed that out of the universal Armageddon of a new artificially generated Big Bang might come a better tomorrow.
Well, number one, do you want me to get into the idea that the Big Bang Theory exists in Star Wars? Because that's also pretty weird. Once again, where are the limits here?
No limits. There is only the Force.
Yeah, I just think it's interesting that we're throwing around these. It's weird to see Star Wars talk about science, because usually it's not like the science is very light in the. I mean, there's a reason a lot of us would say, and I think we're kind of in this camp, that Star Wars isn't really science fiction as
it's science fantasy for sure. But if you're playing in space, you have to acknowledge certain precepts like black holes exist. The idea of a Big Bang is probably out there.
But once again, that is called the Big Bang. It's very weird. Also, the idea that these planets, I mean, so
they use the word parsec.
That's true. I mean, yes, I agree. The franchise has always played fast and loose because we have to understand what's happening. So they have to use terms we would understand. But the idea that these planets are also, the one's going to knock into the next one, into the next one, well, they're not lined up like dominoes. So they're seeking each other out then?
Yes, I mean, look at the chart. They've got a chart in that top middle panel.
I think that's interesting, though. That it's not just, it's like, I mean, are they propelled by something?
Energy.
Yeah. I'll give it to them on like a very like, okay, I'll go with it.
You really have to hand wave it from here on out, because it's just like, okay, there's a doomsday clock and it's ticking. Luke's got to stop it.
And once again, it is the fate of the entire universe. It's not.
And Luke's the main hero guy. It's fine.
Yeah, don't worry. Well, he doesn't seem that worried.
No, because he's a Jedi.
Yeah. And so anyway, they're going to go deeper into the cave here.
Yeah, but they find that blocked door, and so the way they can figure out to open it is by draining all the energy out of it. How do they do that? They make a psychic rabbit eat it.
And the image of absolutely stuffed Pliff being like, woof, woof, woof.
Yeah. Pliff has no mouth and yet must throw up.
Get me the Pepto-Bismol. Oh, God. I am stuffed. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Good work, Pliff. You did it.
Yeah, but that opens the door, and hooray! They've rescued Rik Duel, and also the others.
And Danny was immediately on Luke.
Oh, darling, I knew you'd get us out.
I wanted Luke to be like, can we find a way to close the door again?
Never mind, let this world end.
And they're like, great, everybody's saved. And of course, Tambor reminds them, oh no, it's far from over yet.
Rik Duel being like, not the universe, my stuff lives there.
But there's so many more things to steal. Um,
And then he has to explain everything over again to Rik Duel.
And then
this time he uses marbles.
Yeah, see how this works, and you're like, yeah, that's not how planets work, but okay, man, whatever. That's fine. It's just so insane that Rik Duel is like, but there's so much more to steal in the universe. Cause and effect. Now these beads on the floor of planets of the galaxy. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, he basically re-explains everything to Rik Duel so that dumb Rick will actually get it.
Yeah, and Rick goes, oh.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile,
it's okay, because Luke... he took a couple of levels in Rogue, so he has proficiency and expertise in perception checks. So he found the trapdoor in the room.
There's a trapdoor over here.
This is some D&D bullshit.
Oh, big time, yeah. And there's stuff that works in a D&D game when you actually put it in a story like this. It comes off very like, oh, thank God, there's a door with stairs
that go down to a deeper part of the dungeon. That's how you get to level 2, is you find the secret door.
Because it just leads so many things about, like, why would you build this super weapon, and then why would you contain it like this?
Why would the thing that turns on the super weapon be a weird button that can A, be pressed at like hip level, and B, snap off?
This is very poorly designed, you guys.
Yeah.
But not great.
It's fine. Luke will stop it. Luke and Kiro are going to go down.
Oh, none of us are too worried. And then I do love the thing about they're going to go down, and Rik Duel's line of better you guys than me. Scary down there.
And then we have a moment of foreshadowing when Danny says, "Good luck, darling. Darlings."
Yeah, she's looking for a throuple scenario here.
Hell yeah.
So anyway, they're walking down, and it's very dark and scary down here.
And they find an underground ocean.
But I like the idea. Luke's theory is just like, well, they put those blasters there. They didn't expect anybody to get past that, so that's probably why it's okay. What?
Well, it's not okay because what they find is an underground ocean.
Yeah.
And thankfully, they brought a water-breathing fish man with them.
Yeah, it really worked out. Really worked out.
Kiro, you may be a water breather, but none of the Shakanese are, and neither am I. I hope I can hold my breath till we get through this, to whatever comes next.
And so he gives Kiro his lightsaber?
Well, Kiro, Luke is like, hey, hold my lightsaber so I can help you take off your armor, because you're going to have to dive in there, and I'll be right behind you. And then Kiro's like, Luke, I have your lightsaber now. I'm going to take it and go do this, and you stay here.
And now it's red when we ignite it underwater.
Well, because, water and light and...
the excuses you make for this comic.
I mean, it's either that, John, or Kiro is a Sith. Those are the two options we have here.
Oh, I didn't even think about that as soon as he ignited it. He bled the Kyber crystal, of course.
Yeah, all of his pain and anguish has poured into the Kyber crystal and turned it red.
That I've been ostracized from my own people.
Man, one of my favorite parts of the Acolyte when they actually show that on screen.
Oh my God, it's one of the coolest things I've seen. Just come on, you guys. People have a problem with that. I got a problem with them. I mean, you could not like it, but most people dislike it for stupid, shitty reasons.
Yeah. I think it's perfectly serviceable Star Wars.
Well, very much so. And does things that that we've never seen in Star Wars before. Gave us things we've been wanting to see, like that moment.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this.
Yeah. Kiro's like, hey, stay back, Luke. I don't want to hurt you. I'm going to jump down into this water hole.
And so he's swimming along, and then I can go no further. But what am I looking for? Suddenly I feel so strange, and then things get real trippy, but also kind of silly because the Legend of the Hidden Temple faces here, but now it's like one of those Halloween decorations with the eyes that go.
But he's feeling weird because somewhere a witch is cackling, and there's no like true source of it, but the animatronic is still moving as though something is happening.
Yeah. I don't like this.
So anyway, maybe Kiro is using the Force here, but either way, he swings around and slices this Legend of the Hidden Temple face in the face with a lightsaber.
He zorps it good, man, and then it shrips.
And then Luke, who's still on the shore, goes, a tidal wave, as a tidal wave comes.
Yep. And when we cut back to the other people still in the chamber there, they're like, hey, that ticking stopped.
That's a good thing, right?
I guess.
But there's a new sound beneath us?
And then, of course, Rik Duel is immediately terrified of the dark.
Because the lights go out, and someone says, Rick, try not to panic. I'm not panicking! I just want to know what happened to the lights!
I'm not panicking, you're panicking! God.
And then fourth color for Luke's lightsaber, because it's yellow here.
Oh my God, you're right. They got 4 into this thing. I had 3, but yeah, 4. God. Pick a color, you guys.
And here comes Luke with Kiro over his shoulder.
Yep. And of course, Danny immediately is like, oh no.
Poor little thing.
Can we talk about Danny is crouched down? It's got to be a coloring mistake. Is she supposed to have a skirt or something? Look at her right leg.
Oh, yeah, there's a weird, like...
Yeah.
I want to scroll back a few pages and see if there's, like, what is Danny's actual pants? There is some kind of strap on her. Okay, I see what it is now. It is, like, the strap around her thigh that is holding her holster in place.
But it's just been colored the same as her skin on this one. So it looks like this weird... It's a strap, but it looks like there's, like, a weird patch or something.
Well, no, the strap is the line that is across her thigh. The thigh is...
If you go back a couple pages, it's colored the same color as her holster.
Yeah.
Like it's made of the same material. Here,
red,
it's just become part of her skin, which is weird. It makes it creates a weird look.
Yeah. But anyway, Kiro has apparently saved them. For some reason, stabbing a face turned off the Doomsday weapon.
Yeah, I do like that there's like they've been explaining everything, but not that.
We found a face, it was stabbed, and that means it turned off.
Yeah. And that was how it was designed to work. It's so the laziness of the writing in this issue is unacceptable, really. Even by 80s comic book standards. It's just like, what are you talking about, guys?
Kiro looks dead, but thankfully Pliff is like, don't worry, I still sense his brain.
Yeah. So we're all good, everybody. And then Luke's like, yeah, because we're out of pages.
Yeah, and I'm going to make sure he stays alive. We owe Kiro that much. The end.
Luke is looking at us, the audience, going like, I guess that's all we had this month, folks. I don't know what to tell you.
Bdee, that's all, folks.
There you go. I hope this was worth whatever you paid for it. What was the price on the cover?
$1.50 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, what would this have been? Too much for what they give you. I'll tell you that right now. 60 cents. 60 cents, folks.
That's, man.
What are they up to now?
Like $5 usually.
Yeah, for like an issue, it has gotten that bad, hasn't it?
Yeah, it depends on the book, but like I've seen like and it depends on like the stock of the cover, right? Because I've seen like the thicker stock covers that go for like $6.
Yeah, generally between $3 and $5.99 is the most ongoing series are priced around $4.99.
Yeah,
is usually what it is. But some can get up to $5.99 or more. Jesus.
And if you get collector's variants, that just throws everything out the window.
Well, because those can go up into hundreds of dollars depending on how many they printed. It's all such a racket.
But yeah, that's the issue. Kiro has saved the day. How? We don't know. When we're never going to find out.
He doesn't really know.
When we catch back up with these characters, they're not going to be on this planet anymore.
Oh, God, no. And this planet won't even matter anymore.
It'll be vaguely mentioned in an atlas later.
Oh, well, yeah, never mind. This was all worth it then. Jesus. This was such a shit issue of this comic. I don't normally get this upset about it, but I really was reading this the other night going, oh, God.
I can't be too mad at it because there is a certain level of we didn't talk about the art much in this issue, but I think it's like perfectly serviceable comic book art.
The art, yeah, the art's fine for the most part. I have some
I think-
coloring, but beyond that, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a like totally forgettable issue of a Star Wars comic. I don't think it's even close to some of the worst we've read in this book.
The thing that gets me is just the sloppiness, right? Like we've seen worse, but it is just they just don't care.
But that's like 80s comic books, John. Like hear me out on this.
Well, okay, yes.
There is a certain level of craft that was starting to appear in like ongoing comic book storytelling in the 80s. But the stuff that is remembered and looked back on fondly is not the vast majority of what was happening at the time.
That is true, but I will say this feels sloppier than most issues of this. Even. I mean, really, like number one, the hyper focus on characters that come on, no one cares about.
But
they can't make these characters happen.
Rik Duel's happening, man. There's no getting away from Rik Duel.
Well, I think there is when everything after this comic ignores him. Does he ever show up in anything ever?
He's briefly mentioned in the new canon, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking here on Rik Duel on Wikipedia here.
The long, proud history of Rik Duel.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the current canon, I think he's been mentioned once. He's
in a one-shot like collection of stories called Revelations that has a bunch of different short stories. And what he's involved in that is also, I don't know. It's just he's mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be about it.
Yeah. Because look, like you say, he is a crummy Han Solo knockoff, and there's like 3 of those we'd rather have before Rik Duel.
Well, that's the thing exactly too, right? It's like this guy is Dash Rendar before Dash Rendar, right? Like,
and we'll get Dash Rendar back in the canon way before we get Rik Duel.
Oh, I remember. Do you remember the Han Solo trilogy of novels?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's apparently makes a cameo in the Hutt Gambit, which is the second one of those.
Oh, you mean the one where they go to the scumbag planet full of scumbags?
Yeah, he's in there. But
he fits right in.
Yeah. Oh, God, and he's in several more issues of this, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Because I'm looking at all of his appearances here on Wikipedia.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
Hey, Rik Duel ain't going nowhere, John. This book is going to die with Rik Duel on its mind.
Well, I will say, there are certain things where it's like, Joe Duffy has her characters.
Yeah,
and she's going to make these things happen. But not to this fella. I will resist, damn it. This is not a great issue of this comic. Anyway, if you want to hear more from us where we're more or less angry, depending on what we're talking about, you can head over to our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/punchup, that's punchup ENT. Get cool exclusive bonus content, as well as help support all the shows on the Punch Up Entertainment Network, including our new reaction series, which are going now, the Horror Shelf and the Action Shelf. And you can get the full movie reactions over on our Patreon page if you want to watch whole movies along with Michael Listman and I, or my sister Kenzie Campbell and I. You can do that on our Patreon page.
And you get truncated versions over on YouTube, yes?
Yes,
that's
complete with accompanying film clips there. That's the other difference between them.
Yes, indeed. That's youtube.com/@punchupentertainment, where, of course, you can find the Action Shelf, the Horror Shelf. You can watch along this show and see the perfectly serviceable art and the many colors of Luke Skywalker's lightsaber as we discuss them here on May the Panel Be With You. But you can also find our YouTube exclusive stuff like Punch Up Plays, where Elliot Lewis and I are playing through Mass Effect, or The Shadow Kingdom, our Material Components mini campaign over there. Please, while you're there, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know in the comments below. Do you think that Kiro is a secret Sith? Because that's the only explanation I can have for why his lightsaber turned red.
I mean, that's what the canon has taught me. Yeah, for sure.
Let us know in the comments below. But I think that is going to do it for us this week. As always, Indeed. I have been Mike Gargoni.
I'm John Campbell.
And remember, may the panel be with you.